So Papa Gino's released a video talking about what he found interesting when people were talking about the data mines. Eventually, I went off on my own and looked at everything myself, looked at the data mine information, and I kind of want to just say what it means to me really fast before before I don't want to wait too many days to get this out. And so let's talk about some of the more interesting things. The most interesting thing to me is, of course, that there are only four Square Enix spirits in all of the game, the entire game. Of all the spirits, there's only four. Two of them are both Cloud, and the other two are from Super Mario RPG, being Geno and Malo, and they're classified under the Super Mario franchise. Now, that was a question I had for a while. If they did put Geno in the game as a playable character, would it be classified as a Mario character, or would he be classified as his own series, like Mario RPG series? Well, we know that he'll probably, if he does come in the game, we know he'll probably have the mushroom as an icon, and he'll be considered a Mario character. To me, that's the way it should be, and that's why Geno and Malo have more presence, in my opinion. However, if they're going to put them in the game as spirits, I don't think they would wait to put them in as DLC. I feel like they would have just been already put in the game from the beginning. I don't think things are looking well for Geno. However, we can say that if you look at the other information, being there's only two songs from Final Fantasy, and they're the same ones that were in Smash 4. There's only there's only two spirits, and they're both of the same character, and it's Cloud. And the other two spirits are considered Mario, even though they're owned by Square Enix. I'm thinking that because when Smash Ultimate was being made, the idea from the start was to have every character return. I don't think Sakurai intended to do that without having knowledge that a lot of the characters will come back. And Cloud was added in as a later edition of DLC, meaning it's most likely that he already had negotiations for Cloud and Bayonetta to be in the next Smash game. And the reason why I suggest that he had that already planned out is because it seems like there's a lot of evidence suggesting that Cloud, Bayonetta, and Corrin were all made with the next Smash game in mind, or at least Sakurai was figuring out what he wanted to do with the next Smash game while making those characters. And my theory was that negotiating with Cloud led to negotiating with Geno, because when Cloud was introduced, that's when the Geno costume and the Chocobo hat for Mies also came out. So I think that it is still very, very possible that Geno will be DLC. In fact, there's even a little bit more evidence. Well, things are looking a little bleaker now that we know that Geno is confirmed to be a spirit, and it does make you think, why wouldn't he just be in the game already? If spirits don't deconfirm characters, which I don't think they do, honestly, I think Geno will be a very possible character, and I think I think Nintendo has Geno for Smash. I think that they already have the rights from Square Enix to use Geno, so I think that it could be possible that we get Geno in this game as DLC. I don't know, but the problem is that this looks very strange for all Square Enix. Now, if you've played Fortune Street, you know that Square Enix has already made a game using Mario characters and Dragon Quest characters together. Square Enix has also had Final Fantasy characters included in like one of the Mario sports games on 3DS. It was like Black Mage and White Mage, but still, it's like Square Enix works with Nintendo all the time. People are like, man, they're being so stingy. They don't want to be friends. They work together so much. And look at all the Final Fantasy content coming to the Switch this year and next year. Look at Final Fantasy 15 with like the handheld portable edition or whatever be coming to Switch. All the other Final Fantasy games being ported to the Switch, including 12 and Crystal Chronicles. Lots of forgotten Final Fantasy games all coming to Switch, and some of their biggest Final Fantasy games all coming to Switch. So it doesn't make any sense to me why they're being so stingy with Final Fantasy and Cloud for Smash, unless Square Enix might be thinking, oh, well, we are doing our own Final Fantasy fighting game. We don't want Cloud to be too involved and too big in the Smash Bros. Fighting game. But to me, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, Final Fantasy deserves that recognition. Final Fantasy is a game that very much so has earned its spot in the Super Smash Bros. Lore. Like, in my opinion, Final Fantasy is bigger than a lot of the other games in Smash Bros. Final Fantasy is probably more important to gaming than like Castlevania or maybe even Sonic. Like it's huge. It's a big deal. So it's definitely bigger than Bayonetta. So I don't know why Square Enix wouldn't want to join in the celebration, but we know with music rights it might be expensive. But when you look at the lack of spirits, clearly it's not just something with the music. There's something going on behind the scenes, and it's showing up in the game. And I don't know what the problem is, or why there couldn't be a massive amounts of music, or why there couldn't be an assist trophy for Final Fantasy. It seems like they only got the license for Cloud and Geno, and that's about it. It's very confusing because Cloud is treated with so much care and love that it seems like the people who made Cloud really knew what they were doing. Same with the Midgard stage and all the summons and everything. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I think that Papa Gino's theory that it makes Geno more likely as a DLC is correct. Right now, I don't know how Sora, who would also be involving with Disney, could even be a possibility if we're struggling with just the Square Enix aspect. How do we get both Square Enix and Disney on board with this and not include a bunch of weird stuff? Like Disney would be like, oh, what if we want to put Mickey Mouse in the game as well? And Nintendo's like, no, we're not doing that. So I think this hurts Sora's chances. I think it makes all Square Enix characters really have a lower priority on the list. But Virgin, who said the Grinch leak was fake, who said Ken and Incineroar were coming, who said Isabelle was coming, who said Simon and Ridley were coming, who said all the Smash Bros. 4 characters were returning, as well as Snake and Ice Climbers. The man is never wrong. Okay, he doesn't say the exact details, but he says details he's confident on, and they all turn out to be true. And when he says that Ken is happening and Incineroar is happening, and a lot of these other characters, he's like, I definitely don't think are happening. Like Banjo, Kazooie's definitely not happening. There's something to it there. And when he says there is a Square Enix rep, a new one, it makes you think, could he really be wrong? So I'm still saying Square Enix rep is very possible. But will it be from Dragon Quest? Will it be from Final Fantasy? Or will it be from Kingdom Hearts? Or will it be from Super Mario RPG? That I don't know. Honestly, I used to think Geno was the most likely newcomer after K. Rool. And right now, I'm back to it. I'm back to really thinking Geno has a much higher chance than a character like Sora, who I think Sora's chances are definitely crushed. Definitely crushed. But Sora always had a big hurdle to get over when it comes to getting into Smash. Sadly, even though he would be a perfect fucking fit. Perfect. More perfect than a lot of the other sword fighters. It might not happen. And that's really sad because he looks like he would be super fun to play. We can all imagine it in our minds how fun he would be. So, but at least this means Geno has a higher chance if Virgin is correct. If Virgin's not correct, then I don't know. There's probably not going to be a Square Enix character. It's either Geno or no one, in my opinion. I really don't know how people could possibly say it would be a slime or a character from Dragon Quest when Final Fantasy is getting shafted this much, and Geno and Malo are already in the game. I don't know why. I don't think Geno and Malo being spirits 100% confirms them as DLC characters, but I might even hurt them because I don't know why they're not just already in the game unless Square Enix wanted to make a deal to where they get money off of the DLC, and maybe Nintendo's like, well, we want Cloud to be in the base roster because that way everyone is back. We don't want Cloud to be DLC. So maybe that's the angle they're playing. Maybe that's the game they're playing to where they force Geno to be DLC. Funny thing is, apparently in the Datamine, there are a few numbers, like in between Isabelle and Incineroar, there was a number missing in their names. So apparently some characters have been cut, moved around, and thrown all over the place. So maybe some of those characters might be DLC later, or maybe they're just cut completely. We don't really know. I will say the next bit of interesting information is on the fact there's 30 slots for characters. what I think of this is what everyone else is saying. It doesn't really mean anything. People, if you think there's going to be more than the 6 DLC characters with Piranha Plant and the Season Fighter Pass, I don't think so. I don't even really think there'll be one new character besides the Fighter Pass, unless it's a free edition, as in like an Echo Fighter or something like really something that doesn't matter at all. I do not think that they're going to do a Season Pass 2. If they do that, that would be insane. But 10, well, if you count Plant, that's 11 DLC characters. That's, what are we talking about? What is this, Injustice 2 all of a sudden? I'm not buying that. I think 6 is a perfect amount, especially for, some fighting games get a bunch of DLC characters, and this is a game that doesn't have a team mode. I mean, it has like, the team combat mode or whatever, but this is a game where you play as one fighter at a time. There's already 70 characters in the game. So, no, I don't think that, I think what, there's going to be like an even, oh no. The way the numbers work without counting the echoes is kind of weird because Piranha Plant's number 7 technically, or 70 technically, but he'll be like the 75th character in the game. Actually, I think he'll be even higher than that. 76. He might be 77th character in the game. Either way, there's gonna be like over 80 characters if they once all the DLC is out, and the idea of a second season pass, I don't think it's happening. But I can see a possible free character, like one free character, one downloadable character that happens later that is not a part of the Fighters Pass at all. That's just like an extra character. I could see that. Maybe 2, but in my opinion, I think that the fact there's 30 slots absolutely means nothing. I think it's actually kind of standard practice to put in more than you need. And they're like, well, we won't need any more than 30. That's for damn sure. So they left some open room, and I think that's pretty standard when it comes to video games, to leave extra room. So nothing to worry about there, nothing really to see there. It doesn't really mean much of anything. Now, if the data mine actually said, like when Dragon Ball Fighters was data mined, we actually got a great look at the fact that we already knew pretty much every DLC character. The leak was completely confirmed. It was 100% true. All the characters from Dragon Ball Fighters that were speculated as DLC were 100% DLC. So that's not the case with Smash, and it never has been. In Smash 4, there was a data mine leak that leaked Ryu, but it was like a month before like Ryu came out anyway. And then it wasn't even that long. It was like right before Ryu was announced at E3. And then they're like, and Ryu's playable today. And then like we knew about Lucas, but we didn't know about Roy and Ryu. So like people are gonna data mine Smash every time there's an update. We might know about DLC characters before they're announced, but it'll still be like right before they're announced. It'll be a while, honestly. And some of these characters will probably be announced before they do data like that. That really only happened for Ryu because they wanted to keep it a surprise with Ryu right before it was announced. So don't, the idea, it's the data mines aren't going to find the DLC characters. So the good thing about the data mine is that we can find out what characters are spirits, what characters are bosses. Apparently Marks from Kirby is going to be a boss. That deconfirms him as a possible DLC character. But a lot of people wanted him, and I don't know where this love for Marks came from. It seems like no one ever talked about him at all until he came back in Kirby Star Allies. I definitely know who Marks is. I beat Superstar multiple times. I beat the DS version as well. It's one of my favorite games. I love Kirby Superstar. I love Kirby. My Switch icon is Waddle Dee from Kirby, and it's like that for a reason. I like Kirby, and I have that Waddle Dee amiibo too. Yeah, and so it's really like that's awesome. The fact that he's even in the game at all, because he's probably going to be a big crazy boss. He's probably not going to be this little cute thing. It's going to be more similar to the boss from Kirby, and it makes sense for Kirby to fight against him. or even Meta Knight makes sense to fight against him, or even DDD really. So, you know, I can't wait for that. And but it does confirm that Wily and Eggman are not bosses. There's really no Sonic love. There's really no Sonic love, man. The love for Sonic is not there. At least Studio Opus Zone is now a song in the soundtrack. That's fucking brilliant. That is a great move, including Sonic Mania stuff in Smash. I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy that I can say that Sonic Mania content is in Smash because Studio Opus Zone is a song that you can play on either Green Hill or Windy Hill. That is fucking cool. So, very happy about that. But as far as other music tracks go, there's a lot for Street Fighter, and it all sounds damn good. There's like 2 versions of every song. Very happy about that. Boom. As far as other interesting stuff from the leaks go, nothing too interesting. I mainly looked at the leaks because I wanted to see if I could figure out how to unlock characters. And if anyone can link me to anything, any information on how unlocking characters works, I definitely want to know as fast as possible what to do to unlock each character. Well, honestly, I'm just going to beat the World of Light anyway, but I still want to have characters unlocked as fast as possible for when I'm playing with my friends. So, apparently Cloud isn't even in World of Light. You might be able to unlock him, but apparently he's not even in the World of Light mode. He just has the spirits. And, that's, like, that's kind of crazy. Like, that you can't even play as him. I hope that's not true. But I'm hoping you can unlock every single character through World of Light some way. So we'll have to see what we get. And also there is a possibility every game has a day 1 patch nowadays. So everything we're seeing leaked it could be updated in later. There could be plenty of stuff that gets updated. There's always day 1 leaks. It's even reviewers have to play these games without the day 1 leaks. Leaks without the day 1 updates, day 1 patches. There's always patches the first day a game comes out. So, we'll just see what we get when as we play. So, either way, Datamine's very interesting. We definitely know all the spirits in the game. I don't think that means much. We know all the music in the game. That's just in the bosses. That's fun to know. The bosses do kind of deconfirm stuff, but honestly, besides Marks, we kind of already knew almost all the bosses. There really wasn't that much learned. Like, yes, you have to fight Dracula, and he has a transformation. Yeah, I kind of assumed he would. Again, like most of the boss fights, I was really hoping for Wily and Eggman, and honestly, we've seen a lot of the content already. Nintendo has already sort of, spoiled the game for us already. They wanted us to see a lot right off the bat, and they gave it to us. So that's all I'm going to really say about the leaks for right now. I'm going to get this video out, and I have other videos already recorded, and I'm just going to not do them yet, and I'm going to do them a little bit after this one. So stay tuned for that, guys. I'll see you guys later.